Hello everyone, welcome to Target Defense Academy. Today we are going to talk about a topic which is frequently in news. It is green hydrogen. Well, as India has decided to achieve net zero by 2070, the initiative about green hydrogen mission becomes utmost important. Well, to know more about to what extent India has achieved so, how the new green hydrogen plants are coming up, how they will help to decarbonize the industrial sectors, and how it will help India achieve 𝗙𝗪𝗺 goal that India has decided. We'll look about it in this video. Well, in this video, I have covered the topic from two aspects. Number one, first of all, I have decided to tell you about the basics of green hydrogen, and then we have talked about the analysis, that how it will impact India, how it will generate employment, how it will reduce pollution, and how it is important not only for our environment but also for our economy. Well, so without wasting time, let's start. So before we start, just a brief about me. Hello everyone, my name is 𝗙𝗪𝗺𝗀𝗺. I have given the NDA attempts multiple times, qualified it with a decent rank, and very recently I also appeared for the UPSC interview for assistant commandant. Okay, so now come to the topic. See, green hydrogen, most of the time it is in news. Fine. You will find about green hydrogen and also about the project and the initiative that India has taken. Fine. So in short, we can say that the government is sincerely promoting green hydrogen. But what is green hydrogen? Let's talk about it. So, when we observe this term green hydrogen, what is the first thing that strikes to our mind? See, there are two terms here. One is green and another is hydrogen. Very simple, no rocket science. Hydrogen, everyone knows, it is the lightest element present on earth. Fine. Hydrogen, H. But when we look at this term green, it is very simple that it has to do something with environment. It has to do something with environment friendly. Fine. Well, hydrogen, everyone knows that it is abundant element present on our earth in the form of water. पानी को अगर देखें, the chemical formula of water is H2O. Fine. H2O. Hydrogen is present in abundance. So unlike the other sources of energy like uranium, like coal, petroleum, natural gas, hydrogen is one such fuel which is present in abundance, but it is not present in isolation. It is present in the form of water. The element is present within the water. We have to separate it. Fine. So you observe this, that in class 9th and 10th, you might have heard about a reaction called decomposition reaction. Fine. Especially for the NDA candidates, you would have learned it that in decomposition reaction, there is a complex molecule which is broken down into two simpler molecule. Fine. And in this process, we generally provide certain energy. It is generally endothermic. Fine. The same thing happens to the water also. The water molecule, that is H2O molecule, which is complex, it needs to be broken. And for this, we need to apply energy. Fine. It is decomposition reaction. Fine. Decomposition reaction. So in decomposition reaction, we provide energy. This energy does what? It breaks the water molecule and separates hydrogen and oxygen. Okay. So the question comes, which kind of energy? The energy should be green. In other words, the energy should be renewables. Okay, it should be renewable energy. So what decides a hydrogen as green? हम किसी हाइड्रोजन को ग्रीन क्यों बोलेंगे? किसी भी हाइड्रोजन को हम ग्रीन तब बोलेंगे जब ड्यूरिंग द प्रोसेस ऑफ प्रोडक्शन we apply energy and that energy is derived from renewables. To make it more clear, I have one infographics. It will make you understand it more easily. Fine. See, this is water. Fine. This is water. It has to be broken down into two simpler compounds. Okay. Oxygen and hydrogen. ठीक है? And the energy has to be provided. Energy has to be provided. This energy is derived from renewable source of energy. Fine. See, renewable electricity. So the water is placed into an electrolyzer. Here the electricity is provided. Fine. And this electricity is derived from renewable source of energy like solar energy, wind energy. Okay. And this energy does what? It separates oxygen and hydrogen. Oxygen is collected separately, and this hydrogen is collected separately, and this hydrogen is called green hydrogen. The same green hydrogen has different applications in aviation sector, in chemical manufacturing, and also in shipping industry. So this green hydrogen helps in decarbonizing various sectors, which include these three. Fine, very simple. एक बार सिंपली रिकॉल करते हैं. हम पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं यहाँ पर ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन के बारे में. वी आर लर्निंग अबाउट ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन. हाइड्रोजन इज द सिंपलेस्ट एलिमेंट प्रेजेंट ऑन आवर अर्थ. ठीक है. एक बार सोच के देखिए कि हमारे पास बहुत सारे सोर्सेज ऑफ एनर्जी हैं, जैसे कोल हो गए, पेट्रोलियम हो गए, बट दे आर वेरी स्कार्स. बट हाइड्रोजन के बारे में बात करें तो हमारे पास अराउंड 3/4 ऑफ द अर्थ प्लैनेट इज कवर्ड विद वाटर, है ना. 75% हमारे यहाँ तो पानी है. उस पानी में से इफ वी डेवलप अ टेक्नोलॉजी विच एक्सट्रैक्ट द हाइड्रोजन आउट ऑफ द वाटर, पानी के केमिकल फॉर्मूला जो H2O है, इसमें से इफ वी आर एबल टू एक्सट्रैक्ट हाइड्रोजन आउट ऑफ इट, देयर विल बी अबंडेंस ऑफ एनर्जी. हमें न्यूक्लियर और बाकी एनर्जी की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी, कम पड़ेगी, है ना. एंड वी आर डेवलपिंग दैट टेक्नोलॉजी. फाइन. एंड ये कैसे होगा? एक हाइड्रोजन मॉलिक्यूल को, एक वाटर के मॉलिक्यूल को ब्रेक करना पड़ेगा और हाइड्रोजन को सेपरेट करना पड़ेगा. इस प्रोसेस में हमें एनर्जी अप्लाई करनी पड़ेगी. ठीक है. वो एनर्जी कहां से आएगी? इट विल कम आउट ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कहां से जनरेट होगा? रिन्यूएबल सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी, जैसे सोलर इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, सोलर एनर्जी, विंड एनर्जी, वहां से हम लाएंगे इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. तो लिंक इज कि व्हेन हाइड्रोजन इज एक्सट्रैक्टेड, राइट, हाइड्रोजन इज एक्सट्रैक्टेड आउट ऑफ वाटर by providing electricity, and the source of energy involved in producing that electricity that comes from renewable source of energy that we call at green hydrogen. Fine, very simple, no rocket science. Okay, चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं. तो अब तक हमने जो देखा, इट वॉज सिंपली अबाउट फैक्चुअल थिंग्स. ठीक है, बेसिक लेवल का के कंसेप्ट थे. नाउ व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू सी इज एनालिसिस पार्ट. अब देखते हैं कि उस टॉपिक को डिकोड कैसे करें, मतलब हाउ इट विल इम्पैक्ट इंडिया को किस प्रकार से इससे हेल्प मिलेगी, है ना. अब वी आर गोइंग टू लुक एट इट फ्रॉम होलिस्टिक पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. अभी तक देखा दैट मे बी हेल्पफुल इन योर रिटन एग्जाम टू डेवलप अ बेसिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग. दिस पार्ट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर एसएसबी लेक्चरेट एंड ग्रुप डिस्कशन. ठीक है, चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं. तो हम बात कर रहे हैं यहां पर ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन के बारे में. फाइन, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन. ठीक है. हमारे लॉन्ग टर्म ऑब्जेक्टिव्स क्या हैं? सी, इंडिया ने डिसाइड किया है कि वी हैव टू अचीव नेट जीरो बाय 2070, है ना. 2070 तक हम उतने ही कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड या कोई भी ग्रीन हाउस गैस इमिशन करेंगे जितने हम एब्जॉर्ब कर सकें. और एब्जॉर्ब कैसे करेंगे? ज्यादा से ज्यादा पेड़ लगाएंगे, कम से कम पॉल्यूशन करेंगे. इट विल ब्रिंग अ होम्योस्टैटिस, इट विल ब्रिंग अ बैलेंस. ठीक है, एंड दैट वी कॉल एज नेट जीरो. सो बाय 2070 वी हैव टू अचीव नेट जीरो. तो आप खुद सोच के देखिए कि when more and more energy is extracted out of renewables from the green hydrogen, we will reduce pollution and that will help in achieving this goal. Fine. And even green hydrogen, I would say it is also green because it produces almost no pollution. है ना. This is non-polluting in nature. ठीक है. So number one, it is green because it is extracted out of renewables, and number two, it is non-polluting. Similarly, it will help in decarbonizing industrial sectors, which includes cement industry, iron and steel industry, paper industry. Fine. Refineries हो गए. So this is a factual thing. Once again, it is an initiative that our government has taken, National Green Hydrogen Mission. Nothing much. Government has sought to promote the production of green hydrogen. For this initiative has come up. Similarly, we have set a target of producing 5 million ton per year by 2030. It was introduced in year 2023. Okay. So, apart from this, what are the potential outcomes of green hydrogen mission? है ना. हम ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन तो इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं, बट इससे फायदे क्या क्या होंगे, क्या क्या हो सकते हैं, व्हाट कैन बी द पोटेंशियल आउटकम्स. लेट्स लुक एट दिस इन दिस स्लाइड. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, when government is promoting the new plants to come up, ठीक है, so it will increase the investment. The new plants will certainly require new workers who will work there, and no doubt about it, it will also generate employment. ठीक है, it will increase investment, it will generate employment. Similarly, as I said, that green hydrogen is green because it is less polluting in nature. Why? Because it reduces our dependency on fossil fuels. फॉसिल फ्यूल जैसे कोल हो गए, पेट्रोलियम हो गए, दे आर मोर पॉल्यूटिंग इन नेचर, ज़्यादा पॉल्यूशन वो करते हैं, और ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन कम पॉल्यूशन करता है. बट ऑन दी अदर हैंड, फॉसिल फ्यूल्स आर ऑल्सो इम्पोर्ट डिपेंडेंस. ठीक है, तो इट विल ऑल्सो रिड्यूस आवर इम्पोर्ट बिल्स. वन बाय वन विल लुक अबाउट इट. Pollution point I already explained. Now let's come to import bills. Now, as we know that the international trade has become very volatile, especially after the closure of blockade of Strait of Hormuz. Fine. In the last video, I talked about it. So in this choppy waters of international relations where there is a lot of uncertainty, we don't know to what extent the prices of the oil and fossil fuels can go up. So reducing the dependence on fossil fuels and increasing the production of green hydrogen is certainly an alternative. Indian government should look about it. ठीक है, तो इससे क्या होगा, हमारे इंपोर्ट बिल्स भी कम होंगे, हमारे इंपोर्ट बिल्स घटेंगे. इंपोर्ट बिल्स घटेंगे तो हमारी ट्रेड डेफिसिट इंप्रूव होगी. ठीक है, हमारे ट्रेड डेफिसिट कम होंगे, ट्रेड बैलेंसेज इंप्रूव होंगे. ठीक है, हमारे डॉलर्स का आउटफ्लो कम होगा. जब डॉलर्स के आउटफ्लो कम होंगे तो क्या होगा, रिसेंटली द डेप्रिसिएशन विच वी आर लुकिंग, है ना, अराउंड 95 रुपीज पर डॉलर, है ना, रुपए के जो वैल्यू है, रुपए है ना, आवर इंडियन रुपीज वैल्यू हैज बिन ऑन डिक्लाइन, दैट विल बी लिमिटेड. क्यों? क्योंकि हमारे ट्रेड बैलेंसेस इंप्रूव होंगे, डॉलर हमारे पास ज्यादा होगा, है ना. दिस कंसेप्ट व्हाट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट स्पेशली फॉर द एनडीए एंड सीएपीएफ कैंडिडेट्स. एनडीए में इतनी डेप्थ में नहीं आती है. फाइन. ठीक है, सो आई होप दी CAPF and CDS candidates, they are understanding this import bill wala point, है ना. It will reduce the depreciation of Indian rupee. Fine. Similarly, it will enhance the self-reliance. Just think about it. We are mostly dependent on other countries, and that is why this dependence on the energy resources can easily be weaponized in the times of war, है ना. जब भी वॉर होगी, हमारी जो डिपेंडेंस है दूसरे कंट्रीज पे, वेपनाइज किया जा सकता है. अदर कंट्रीज कैन ब्लॉकेट सर्टेन चैनल, सर्टेन स्टेट, एंड इट विल बी काइंड ऑफ पैरेलल वॉर. फाइन. तो strategically becoming self-reliant reduces our, not only reduces our dependence, but it is also important from security point of view. ठीक है, ताकि हमारे बुरे वक्त में हमारे एनिमीज हम पे इसको वेपनाइज ना कर सके, हमारे अगेंस्ट इसे डिसएडवांटेज की तरह ना क्रिएट कर दें. ठीक है, आई होप यू अंडरस्टैंड. एंड अगेन द लास्ट पॉइंट इज इंडिया. इट इज ऑल्सो गुड फॉर इंडियाज इमेज, as India constantly has portrayed itself, has claimed itself as a leader in climate diplomacy. On different international forums, we have initiated certain we have brought certain initiatives for the climate diplomacy, which includes the International Solar Alliance, which includes CDRI for reducing the disaster risk, and also the initiative called Lifestyle for Environment. India has also achieved its objective of fulfilling the solar panels, installing the solar panels, and that is why India is leading its way. It is always said that a leader is the one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. India has done extremely well in climate diplomacy. India wants to maintain this image, and achieving the mission under green hydrogen mission is one such way India can do so. Fine. So these are the 4 points which are in India's advantage, and these are the potential outcomes of introducing the green hydrogen in our country, bringing about new plants. It does not have only environmental implications, but also economic implications. Fine. Okay. So, in short, in this table, I have jotted down certain points related to its advantages and disadvantages. Very simple, no rocket science. In brief, I'm going to explain each and every point. We start with its advantages. Fine. As I already said, it is non-polluting in nature, zero carbon emission, energy storage. Now you understand this point. In India, we do not have battery storage capacity to an extent that we can store a huge energy. Okay, let me help you understand. We have capacity to produce energy from renewables like solar energy, wind energy, but we cannot store them for a longer time. It is China which has created monopoly over the battery manufacturing. We do not have that battery capacity to store that energy. So what happens, that the energy produced through solar energy or through wind energy directly goes to the consumption site, or it is blended with the power units and then directly utilized in our houses. Fine. Just understand that a battery capacity can store the solar energy or the wind energy for a longer time, and then in the later times also it can be used, but it does not happen. Why? Number one, that it is China who has created monopoly, and number two, if we get those batteries from China, what happens, that it will increase our dependence on China, and that is what India is trying to reduce. हम चाइना से अपनी डिपेंडेंस घटाना चाहते हैं. ठीक है. तो unlike renewables, which is directly used from source of generation to the source of consumption, this green hydrogen can be stored. नहीं समझे? चलिए आसान शब्दों में समझाता हूं आपको. This is wind energy. Fine. This is wind energy. हवा चली, turbines घूमे, electricity is produced. What is produced? Electricity is produced. अब ये इलेक्ट्रिसिटी डायरेक्ट हमारे घरों में आते हैं, है ना, थ्रू सर्टेन चैनल्स, एंड इट इज यूज्ड. ठीक है, इट इज यूज्ड. यहां पर कोई भी बैटरी नहीं है सो दैट वी कैन स्टोर इट फॉर अ लॉन्गर टाइम एंड बाद में यूज कर सके. नहीं, ये टर्बाइन चली एंड डायरेक्टली इट इज यूज्ड. ठीक है. और ये जो बैटरी है, वी आर डिपेंडेंट ऑन चाइना ऑन दिस. तो अब देखिए इससे क्या फायदा होगा, ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन से क्या फायदा होगा. जो ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन है ये इजिली हमारे सिलेंडर्स में स्टोर हो सकते हैं. ठीक है. तो इज इट वर्किंग एज अ स्टोरेज? जैसे इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बैटरी में स्टोर होते हैं, वैसे ही हम ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन को सिलेंडर में स्टोर कर सकते हैं. तो इट हैज रिप्लेस्ड द नीड फॉर बैटरीज एंड कैन बी डायरेक्टली स्टोर्ड इन सिलेंडर्स. इन अदर वर्ड्स, हमने अपनी डिपेंडेंस चाइना से घटा दी, है ना. फॉर बैटरीज वी वर मेनली डिपेंडेंट ऑन चाइना. नाउ वी कैन स्टोर इट विदाउट help of China, without the use of battery. Fine. Okay. Similarly, decarbonizing the sectors, I already talked about it. Enhance energy. ठीक है. Enhance energy security. It will reduce our dependence, make our energy sector more resilient. It will make us more self-reliant, and this is how the energy security would be ensured. ठीक है, अब आते हैं डिसएडवांटेजेस के बारे में. व्हाट आर द चैलेंजेस इन अचीविंग green hydrogen mission objective? One is high production cost. Second is infrastructure requirement. Now hydrogen is a very volatile gas or volatile element. It needs safety, security for distribution, transportation, and specialized infrastructure. It will be definitely very costly, and it needs a proper infrastructure that India lacks. Similarly, for production of green hydrogen, it requires high amount of water. Fine. And especially in a country whose staple diet is rice, which requires ample of water. And we are also facing the issues like El Nino this year, Super El Nino. The water consumption and the water stress is already going to be a huge challenge for a country with 1.2 billion population. In this context, achieving the green hydrogen mission, which again requires high water demand, will be certainly a challenge. And also it is very energy intensive. Why I said so? Because as I said, water molecule needs to be broken and it requires energy, huge amount of energy. So that is why it is energy intensive. ठीक है? Okay. So we talked about this, very simple. ठीक है? So till now what we studied is about green hydrogen. What were its challenges? What are its advantages? What are the long-term outcomes, possibilities, potential, how it will help India. We talked about the various dimensions where it will have positive impact, starting from economy to environment to various industrial sectors to our diplomacy, climate diplomacy, our India's image, our energy security. It will reduce our dependence on other countries like China, especially for batteries. It will also help to enhance our security. Strategic option it would be, because the dependence can be weaponized in the times of war, in the times of crisis. So holistically, from different points of view, starting from security, energy, economy, diplomacy, we talked about everything is associated with this green hydrogen. Fine. Okay. So we have covered it holistically. Now I want you all to do brainstorming. This is a very simple topic for group discussion. You can think about it. You can think about the points on both the sides. Okay. The topic is environment versus economy. Very, very hot debatable topic. Every day, one or the other issues you will find in the newspaper where the clashes happens between the economist and the environmentalist. Environmentalists want to protect our environment. It is not that they are against the economic development, but they prioritize the environment. They believe that in today's anthropogenic age, humans have neglected the environment. It has polluted water, air. Urbanization has expanded to the fields. It has hampered the food security. Tribals are getting affected. New waterborne diseases like dengue is looming over the cities like Delhi. And overcrowded population concretization has also increased the net average temperature in a particular region. All these issues have aggravated these days in last few decades. Environmentalists believe that it is not because of certain natural events, but rather it is man-made events, because men have colonized the whole world. On the other hand, the economists believe that even the environment and economy can be integrated. The focusing on the economy and the major technological developments will help dealing with the environmental issues as well. Examples include drip irrigation, sprinkler irrigation. Fine. So there is always tussle and the debate goes between environmentalist and economist. But anyways, in simple words, think about the points. What is more important, environment or economy? When we talk about economic development, we talk about industrialization. When we talk about environment, we think about green environment. We think about trees. We think about forest. Industries and forest, how can they coexist? And in case we think of having balance between the two, how it can be done? This is your topic. Think about it. There are major issues you will always find in the newspaper which is connected to this. Two such examples I have put it here. One is Aravalli. ठीक है, environmentalists, industrialists, they want the Aravallis can be mined, है ना. India needs the mineral security, हमें minerals चाहिए, है ना. मिनरल्स चाहिए, एनर्जी चाहिए, हम ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा इंडस्ट्रीज लगाना चाहते हैं, उसके लिए अरावलीज को माइन करना जरूरी है. बट ऑन दी अदर हैंड अरावली ऑल्सो एक्ट्स एज अ सील्ड इट लिमिट्स द एक्सपेंशन ऑफ थार डेजर्ट, है ना. राजस्थान का डेजर्ट है, इट डज नॉट गेट एक्सटेंडेड. उसके लिए अरावली वर्क्स एज अ बैरियर. अगर उसे हटा दिया जाए तो कितने सारे इन्वायरमेंटल इम्प्लीकेशंस होंगे. देयर इज अ डिबेट अबाउट इट. Associated with the very same topic is also the recent Supreme Court judgment on Aravallis. Fine. Similarly, overfishing. A country like India with 1.2 billion population, where the issues like climate change, issues like El Nino, issue like scanty rainfall, the population will certainly suffer from food security. To feed 1.2 billion population, how it will be possible just by dependent on the crops. But on the other hand, India with a coastline, long coastline of around 5616 kilometer, fine, I need to confirm about it, certainly provides opportunity for India for fishing. So there are two things, challenges and opportunities at the same time, है ना. फार्मिंग में हमारे चैलेंजेस है, बट हमारी लॉन्ग कोस्ट लाइन से हम बहुत सारा फिशिंग कर सकते हैं. एंड दी फिशेस कैन, है ना, pisciculture can certainly improve our food security. But again, the overfishing is a challenge for our environment. So how to do this? It comes under the debate between environment and economy. Think about it. These are the 2 points I came up. The topic is very interesting. बहुत सारे points मिल सकते हैं. Fine. So I hope the session was very interesting. Keep reading newspaper. Keep learning. Fine. And at the end, I would say that never stop learning, because life never stops teaching. Fine. With this, I thank you all to stay with me, to keep watching my videos, and I hope the video was very helpful. Jai Hind everyone.